My name is Vinod Taragan from Places Technologies. We are a software technology company based out of Kochi, Kerala in India. And we've been delivering software products to the banking and credit union industry in the United States for the last 15 years. And this video is being produced just to touch on certain subject matter that we have pretty deep expertise in terms of how the systems work in the US. And uh, it's in relation to this children's book published to touch on how the concept of money works. And it's the first part of a series of five children's books that we will also support with accompanying video dialogue to explain the concepts in a very brief manner. So the book in question is called Why Money Works. It is available on Amazon in India. And this book was written to communicate the basic concepts of how the system works. And it's a very brief video that we're going to get into next, where we will explain these concepts.
To understand how money works, we will begin on an isolated island with a population of around 10,000 people. There is no concept of money as yet, and each family tends to their own needs. To accomplish this, each denizen works in excess of 16 hours each day. Over a period of time, people began producing what they were best at and exchanging those goods with other families. This exchange is called a barter system. The barter system allowed people to access new goods that they could not produce themselves. On top of that, people now only needed to work 14 hours a day to cover their needs. Despite the benefits of the barter system, people still needed to exchange items multiple times to get what they really wanted. The elders of the island searched for a solution to the challenges of the barter system. They decided to create money, a medium to store and exchange value. Money was distributed as printed paper with different values. They decided to call it island dollars, and each person was given 1,000. The price of goods and services shifted around depending on their supply and demand, but were more or less steady. The exchange of products and services became more efficient, and people only needed to work for around 8 to 10 hours each day to cover their needs. Many decided to work more, however, to earn more money in the open marketplace. About a year after money was introduced, the prices of goods and services began to decline. Islanders selling goods were willing to give more and more for lower prices. This was discouraging for people who had worked hard to produce more in the hopes of earning more money. This concept of the price of goods and services dropping is called deflation. The elders realized that the problem was that the production of goods and services had increased by 25%, while the quantity of money had remained the same. The elders then decided to create more money, but instead of just distributing it to the people, they used it to pay for roads, bridges, a hospital, and other needs shared by the islanders. A few years go by, and the islanders began to experience another problem. The prices of goods and services were now going up. Islanders were now finding it hard to meet their needs with the money they had. The process of the price of goods and services rising is called inflation. Back on our island, the elders realized that the inflation problem was caused by creating too much money. Over the years, while productive output had grown by 35%, the money supply had increased by 50%. Prices increased because increase in money had outsized the increase in goods and services. To solve the problem, the elders resolved to only create new money in proportion to the increase in goods and services. Common amenities began to suffer, however, as no money was being created to pay for the maintenance of roads, hospitals, and other communal services. Islanders agreed that maintaining common amenities was a necessity, so they decided to fund their upkeep by collecting money from the islanders. This system of collecting money from the islanders is called taxation. Money was collected as a percentage of each islander's income. This ensured that people who earned more money contributed more in taxes. About a decade later, life on the island had become comfortable and advanced. The modern system of managing the production of goods and services had created the right incentives for innovation and made life better for everyone. A few decades later, technological innovation continued, and a new problem surfaced. New technologies began competing with human labor. They were often more efficient and productive than humans. Many began losing their jobs, and it became more and more difficult to find work. People were not able to earn enough money to care for themselves and their families. Big factories and businesses noticed drops in demand for their products and services. They had the capacity to produce enough for everyone, but people were struggling to survive. The leadership of the island searched for a solution to this new problem. Their solution was to distribute enough money to all islanders to cover all basic needs. They called it Universal Basic Income and gave it to everybody on the island. They funded UBI by printing new money in proportion to the growth of products and services and funded any excess through taxes. After just a couple years, the impact of UBI was significant. Sales of products and services began to rise once more. UBI also created whole new job categories as people with more time created new interesting products and services. As the islanders barreled towards the future, it became a world of abundance.